Good morning, folks. It's Wednesday, October 29th, 12:20 time, and I'm here at Rosedale Station. Oops. There I am, just chilling on a bench. I just got off the train, and I thought I would start my stream off from here, so thanks so much for tuning in. I was going to go live yesterday, but the Blue Jay game went 18 innings. I ended up going to bed at like 3:30 after that. So yesterday was kind of a write-off. I managed to get out and make a video, but today is going to be the day we go live. And I see Eileen Dover, Medano, Austin, Alicia, Russell, John McIsaac, Philip, Canada, Marge is here, Jennifer Haley, Who's Jaw, Annette, I Like to Walk, Mark Foley, Jesse Cohen, Raj, and Aiden Thompson-McGuire. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different. It looks like there's no train for a while, so let's just climb out of the station. But I thought, let's go for a walk on Rosedale Valley Road. This is going to be a long walk leading to basically nowhere, but it'll give us a chance to check out these beautiful fall colors. Every year I typically record this on my e-bike, but this year we're going to do it on a live stream, but who knows, maybe I'll go back and cover it on my bike at some point. These are the new bus bays, or newly refurbished bus bay at Rosedale Station. It's so tempting to go that way, but I wouldn't be dumb enough to record myself doing it. So there's a J game tonight at 8 p.m. I don't know if I'm going to stream that or stream watching it yet. I'll let you guys know. Hey, Jeanette Morales. Hi, Johnny and Pals. Can't stay. Got to go to work. A work event to attend. Or you have a work event to attend to. Oh, man. My English no good. Jeanette, thank you so much for the fiber. Thank you so much, Jeanette. Hope you have a lot of fun at your work event. And D Boutique 617 enjoying the fall colors. Thank you so much. It's that time of year to enjoy fall colors and all that fun stuff. Gold tier member for 43 months. Thank you, Jeanette and D Boutique 617. We're going to head over to Rosedale Valley Road. So it's going to be a bit naturey, this one. But tonight, of course, game 5. I think whoever wins tonight is a big-time favorite to win the series. They'll just have to win one of the remaining 2. According to my phone, it's 10 degrees. It's kind of nice right now. There's no breeze. The sun is beaming down. But what I'm going to do is make a left on Ulmer up here. And that's going to lead us down to Rosedale Valley Road. Probably the most scenic stroll one can take this close to downtown. It's an awesome drive, bike ride, or walk. Thanks to everyone saying hi in the chat, and thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I haven't live streamed in a while on this channel. We'll blame that 18-inning affair the other night. But we'll get our last look at Civilization and Yonge Street. Bourgeois says that game Monday night was insane. It was frustrating to watch all of our pinch runners go against the Dodgers A squad for most of the game. I really hate how Schneider has an itchy trigger finger to pull Barger out. For Miles Straw? Straw is a slightly better base runner, but he is worse everywhere else. I would even argue in the outfield where Barger has the better arm. Clearly the better bat. And lefty-righty splits, do they really mean anything? Barger hit that grand slam off a lefty. But wow, look at that. That is stunning. I might make this a new thumbnail picture for the stream. One sec. There we go. I think I got it. It's also really frustrating that play at the top of the second where Varsho was rung up, or not rung up, but they called a strike on a clear as day ball four, a delayed strike, which ended up in Bichette getting baited into getting picked off. Just an absurd turn of events that never should have happened. One sec, I'm just trying to flip my thumbnail here. On YouTube, there we go. Greetings, Positive Groove. Carolyn is here, just in time to see the beautiful view. There's going to be a lot more of that coming up on this one. Mardi says, how about the Jays? They're doing pretty good. The Ulmer here is a very short street that connects us to Rosedale Valley Road. It basically turns into that. Thailand looks awesome. I haven't been there for a while. Who's ready for another 18-inning marathon? Not me. I don't think I've ever turned off the TV faster than when I saw that ball clear the fence off Freddie Freeman's bat. Greetings, New Journey. Now this is going to be a pretty good test for my network setup. We're going to be down in a tree-covered valley. Where often your mobile signal won't be the best. Greetings, CJ. Florian says it's your last day here in Toronto. Tomorrow you're back home to Germany. Well, make the most of your last day. Get off of this stream and go out and enjoy the city. Hey, Credence, you're gamble buying tickets for Game 6 paid off, it seems like. Or an 8 ticket. There will be a Game 6. Possibly a Game 7 or Game 8, depending on if you want to count Game 3 as 2 games. There goes a train racing northbound. A friendly reminder to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. Helps with the algorithm. There's a live-work studio, once occupied by members of the Group of 7. It's a heritage building. Mark D asking if I'm going to the watch party tonight. I don't know. I might just stream it from home on Stumbles. We'll have to see. But we should be in for a bit of a visual treat on this, hopefully. Jenny K says, good afternoon to you, my fellow sleep-deprived Jays fan. And, all right, Math Doctor. Yeah, I've been so out of it. I've just had no energy to go out after that 18-inning affair. Yesterday, it was a total write-off. I barely dragged my ass out to make one pretty short video. This is where Park Road and Rosedale Valley Road meet. So this is no longer Almer. We're now entering Rosedale Valley Road. I did not, Keith Fox. My stream held up. I was using Sportsnet through Amazon Prime. A friend of mine subscribes to Sportsnet. And they found out they could have multi-logins. So I logged into their Amazon account on my TV to get access to it, and also on my computer. It's the only time I've ever actually used the operating system built into my TV. There's an encampment. A lot of high-quality tents over there. Greetings, Em. Baby Grinch is there. Marge says you picked up a stream from New Orleans. Yeah, the Sportsnet guys are clearly better than the Fox guys, but the pregame and postgame on Fox is better. You get A-Rod, Jeter, and Poppy. They're quite entertaining. Greetings, Baby Grinch. it's gonna be like this for a while. I don't know if this is officially designated as a multi-use trail or not. Stan says, glad you took your suggestion. I don't think I'm going to the Evergreen Brickworks on this stream. I mean, it seems close in your mind, and by bike or car it's close, but I'm not sure by walk. Howard, I just got your message. I'll take a look at that as soon as I'm done the stream. Hopefully I can call that person and make things happen. Thank you, Howard, for tuning in. Here's something that will never happen in a billion years. Cyclists dismount to cross roadway, and there's a little stop sign here. Yeah, not gonna happen. There's a parking garage. It's a very interesting location for the parking garage, considering the entrance the building it's connected to is quite elevated from here. Yeah, Friday night, it looks like there won't be the usual Halloween festivities on this channel, just because my ass is going to be in front of a TV watching the Jays. And if they win it all, I'm not sure I'm going to get out to stream the post-celebration festivities. We'll let some non-baseball fans do that, but I don't want to be standing outside trying to watch a stream on my phone to catch the end. Some beautiful colors down here. Greetings, Crane. Mariana says, hello, Johnny. It's Mariana, Patricia, and Andy watching. Great live. Nice work. Thanks for posting. Thank you for tuning in. So this, I think, is Mount Pleasant, right? That has to be. The next one would be Sherburne. Oh, there's someone way up there. Look at that. Just walking in the shadows. Nico Azul, $5. Why do you call it the 6? Expensive as fuck ticks. Drake is mixed. Don't matter. Dodgers at 6. Well, it's actually called the 6 because the area code 416 and 647 both have 6 in them, if I'm not mistaken. But thank you, Nico. $5. Dodgers and 6. I think there's a fat chance in hell of that happening. Man, the Dodgers are limp. I posted my World Series prediction on the other channel, and I posted a short on this channel, and a few Dodgers fans are like, what the hell are you talking about? The Jays need their bats to go cold. Well, I guess those Dodgers fans didn't watch their own team very clearly, because their bats are cold as fuck. Without Ohtani, they wouldn't really stand much of a chance this series. They're limper than a retirement residence. And their bullpen is kind of not that great. The Jays are definitely the much better team in the true sense of the word. Dodgers looking like paper tigers. It's a hell of a series, and they're pretty evenly matched up. But considering one team's basically an all-star team, it's fair to say the Dodgers are underperforming. All right, Jenny, take care. We'll be pressing the panic button with the Dodgers with tonight. We're not the team that's panicking. We're playing with house money. You're the one with the expectations. Not sure you've watched this sport before, if that's your take. Rick and Maggie, thank you. Stunning colors over there. So if I'm not mistaken, this should be Sherburne. And the pedestrian bridge should be right around the corner. The 6 is also a reference to the 6 former boroughs that amalgamated. That is correct. In 1998. Michael says the colors are inspiring you to paint today. Neat. Wait a minute. I might have got my bridges wrong. Let me check. No, that was Sherburne. We just went by. All right. One sec, sorry for the wonky camera work. Just dealing with something here. There we go. Rubicon says, loving the colors, indeed. You should be here. I don't know if my camera's really doing it justice. Does this path go to Bloor? No, this path does not. Bloor is elevated. We are very much down below. We'll be going underneath Bloor. There's the new Glen Road pedestrian bridge. I've streamed from up there a few times. I've recorded a few videos passing over there. This would be the first time going under the new bridge, at least after it's opened. getting a phone call here. I think it's spam. John says, used to come this way to get away from being around people. We're certainly quite fortunate to have all these ravines and valleys and little hidden nature spots in the city. And when traffic's light, this is an awesome drive or walk or bike ride. Or jog. Relatively scenic. Reading some of your messages. Mark says it's funny how many experts thought the Dodgers would win the series easily. Now it's 2-2. Suddenly the experts say the pressure is on the Jays. Can't have it both ways. Yeah, the Jays are playing with house money. This season is a massive success no matter what happens. That person was looking at me like I was sus. I was looking at them like they were sus. Look at those colors. I sound a little stuffed up, perhaps a tad. All kinds of like little encampments and stuff. If you look closely, you'll see a bunch of tents. That's Bloor Street, parallel to this, just to the right. Jillian says it's Wednesday, October 29th, just 2 days away from it being Halloween. I mean, 2 days away from Game 6. Halloween's my brother's birthday. I'll have to call him and wish him a happy Game 6. It's been decades since you last visited Rosedale. Good to see it again. Well, glad to bring you along for the walk. About to go underneath line 2. First class says nature is so cool. Baby Grinch says they still have Yamamoto and he can give us another clean historic game. Well, if the Dodgers hit the way they are, he's suddenly a whole lot less scary. As good as he is, they can scratch up some runs against him. Battering great pitching has kind of been their thing. This thing opened up in 1966. Runs parallel to Bloor Street and Line 2. I don't really have a plan for when I get to the other side of Rosedale Valley. Can walk up to River Street, head down to Corktown Common. It's Bloor Street up above. Peter Bradfield, who paints y'all trees pretty fall colors in Toronto. Peter, the same person who does it in Atlanta, I believe her name is Mother Nature, but thank you so much, Peter Bradfield, for the $1.99. Hope all is well in Atlanta, or near Atlanta. All right. To call what I'm seeing now stunning would be an understatement. The way the light is playing off of those trees. Let me try to take a picture. Absolutely stunning. Well, thank you, Peter. Card says best time of the year. If you're into nature, there's very little to disagree with that sentiment. And there's a little cemetery down here. By a barbed wire fence. Is the lower half of the Dawn bike trail open yet? I have no idea. It was supposed to have been opened a long, long time ago. That's St. James Cemetery and Crematorium, established in 1844, the oldest cemetery in the city. I know someone who recently buried their father at that cemetery. Josephine Halligan Haywood, 149 pounds. Thank you, Josephine. Thank you so much for the 149. Cheers to you, much appreciated. I'll take a look at 66. Second, guys. I'm gonna handle something on my phone. It's gonna take me a second, but let me just put the camera down. I'll give a nice view of what's ahead. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's get moving. Oh, look at this. It's like a completely different street all of a sudden. All the colors are green and muted relative to where we just walked by. I just had a notification that a sell order I placed, and I've been waiting for it to sell for a long time, finally went through. So I just had to go into my trading app for a second, but let's continue. I don't even know who you guys are talking about. She was waiting. The beautiful colors are that way. Michael finds the colors inspiring. He's going to start painting. Neat. This fence has seen better days. RD says ravines might be Toronto's most underrated and underappreciated feature. What about ravine vacuums? It's like that dirt devil. I've seen the last of its usefulness. I wonder how the hell that ended up there. Carolyn says grab a hot cocoa on your way home. Is it cocoa or cocoa? I just always say hot chocolate, but thank you, Carolyn, so much for the $10. Cheers to you. Yeah, maybe I slept with my window open last night, but I'm feeling some slight sniffles kicking in. I'll blame staying up all night watching the Jays and Dodgers for weakening the system. Jeffrey Wu says, good afternoon, happy Wednesday. Good afternoon, Jeffrey Wu. A virtual tourist says this city's got everything. It's got a lot of things. Thank you, Carolyn, and thank you to all 300 of you for being tuned in. At some point towards the end of November, we'll probably have our first snowfall. So enjoy this while we have it. We're getting close to Bayview Avenue. Traffic is slowing down. Absolutely stunning. You're welcome, Carolyn. Alvin, this is Rosedale Valley Road, almost at the east end of it. I'm going to have to make a decision where I'm going once I get to the end of the street here. I could go into Cabbage Town, go down to Trinity Common Park, or Corktown Common. What am I talking about? Trinity. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Mark D. Glad you're able to come along for the walk. here's the part I did not think through very well. There's a staircase here. Where is this going to lead? I feel like I've been here before. Should we do it? Do I want to go for a hike? Goes to the cemetery? I think so. We are genuinely exploring something that I'm not remembering if I've ever been here. I vaguely remember being here once. Some interesting things written. Trying to think, where the heck are we? Cabbage Town, it must be. David Doubler says, hi everyone, go Jays go. Yeah, I did start a live stream from here about 4 years ago. That's why this is so familiar. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But it was in the middle of winter. I went down those steps and I started right at the bottom of the steps and I climbed up this way. Might have been more than 4 years ago. Now it makes sense. I know exactly where we are. Howard Charco says I'm in Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. Well, we are in a stunning neighborhood. When I was going to make my way out to on Halloween, I was going to live stream in Cabbage Town, then head over to Church Street where there's a big street party. And if I do anything along those lines, it's going to be fairly early. Again, because I'm going to want to be home for the Jays. That's where Jack Layton is buried, in this cemetery. And since I just did a video walking through Riverdale, we'll just stick to this side of the valley. Cabbage Town in the fall is quite beautiful. Hey, Betty Oliphant, world-renowned innovator of ballet education. The Betty Oliphant Theater is not too far from here. Eli says, did anyone stay up to watch all 18 innings? I did. That's why I didn't live stream yesterday. I was going to. I was just completely out of it. I was exhausted at the start of last night's game. Oh, wow. That is effing cool. A+ effort for them. These people taking the inflatable route. Oh, there's like fire coming out of the, or something coming out of the mouth of that dragon. All the best decorated homes are on the side where there's street parking. It's kind of annoying. Jasmine says spooky. This has got to be one of the great residential neighborhoods in any big city anywhere. It's all these well-preserved Victorian homes. Right downtown. Well, at the northeast end of downtown, but still downtown. So this is Sackville. Ryan says, I miss it so much. Digital Blade Canada says, howdy. Howdy to you, good sir. Today is National Oatmeal Day. So if you're just tuning in, I started at Rosedale Station. And I walked down Rosedale Valley Road. Took in some spectacular fall colors. And found a little staircase and popped up in Cabbage Town. These are some old workers style cottage homes. This was originally a very blue collar neighborhood. It takes its name Cabbage Town because a lot of the locals grew cabbages in their yards. Cabbages are a pretty hardy, easy to grow crop. When times are tough, that's what people resorted to as a source of food. Look at this Prohibition Lane. Harking back to another era. Greetings, Harjot. That's Metcalf Street. Howard Charco says oatmeal day, that's horse feed. There's a little strip of businesses coming up on the right. I think there's a laundromat and a restaurant. Pizza, pasta, takeout, catering. All right, we've made it to Parliament. And what do I want to do? Do I want to keep walking these nice residential streets? Wellesley is just up there. Let's cross. We'll go this way a little bit and I'll pop out maybe on Carlton at some point. RD says my partner thinks Shohei Ohtani is attractive. Really feeling insecure about that? Vivap's brainwashing machine in Toronto started Halloween as a satanic ritual producing zombies. Well, if you think any of that is true, well, I bet I can count your IQ on one hand. This is all still part of Cabbage Town. This is Rose Avenue. Ontario Street will be coming up in a few blocks. Look at that, they've got like a thing. Little inflatable spider with one eye on the side of the house. That's St. Jamestown, just north of here. Let's go Blue Jays. Friday, October 24th is Spirit Day. Well, that day has come and gone. All right, maybe we'll head down to Carlton. Ring Zero says, happy almost Halloween. I will no longer be using the term Halloween. I'm going to refer to the 31st as Game 6. So this is Ontario Street, and it comes to a little bit of an interruption just south of here. It turns into a pedestrianized park, but it resumes on the other side. The Winchester Public School, junior and senior. Hey Lee, thanks for joining in, Lee. Yeah, Teddy's, I remember the Action Kid jump scare. He's had a few moments like that over the years. We're almost at Carlton. Earl says, I'm now pitching for Game 5. I guess I still have time to make it there. If the game's at 8, it's 1:20. I'd have to catch a flight in very short order and then contend with that awful traffic. That stadium, it's absolutely stunning, except for the fact that it's an absolute nightmare to get in and out of. Chris says nice autumn views and some Halloween decorations. Indeed. Greetings, Divyesh Patel. All right, it's back to civilization. As we are on College Street, walking west on the north side. This is the old Allen McLean Howard House, the 2nd Mile Club. Be a little cooler if it was for the Mile High Club. I guess it wouldn't quite be so old, probably. Josephine says, is this Rosedale? No, we are in Cabbage Town. I'm going to get to the other side of the street. I started off walking through Rosedale Valley. Carl Roth says Game 5 tonight. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming Game 5 from home. I have an invite to go to the watch party. Suddenly I'm feeling slightly under the weather, so I don't really know. Or maybe I'll just tune out the world and watch it by myself on my couch. What are the odds for Game 5? I don't know, but you think, or I would think the Jays would be favored, given what they did to Snell last time. And also factor in Savage's cutter, or splitter, wasn't really working in Game 1. Sure as hope what they're planning for this church looks a lot better than that. We have a 48-story tower coming out of this property. Cabbage puts hair on your something, says Teddy's. I've just entered a part of the city known as the Garden District, named after the Allen Gardens here. There's a training car. Large indoor botanical garden that's in this park that's quite worth checking out. It's recently been completely revamped. Uh-oh, sidewalk closed up ahead. Looks like I'm gonna have to cross back over to the other side in a moment. wait. Just looking to the Allen Gardens, the botanical garden is right over there. Rather gorgeous structure. And it's got this nice big off-leash area for the doggos. Flick Hunter. Good to see you here, Flick. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, Game 5 tonight, and October 31st is no longer Halloween. It is now just called Game 6. If you ever refer to October 31, that's the way to do it. Sadly, I don't know if I'm going to have one of those remaining alcoholic beverages in my fridge with tonight's game. I'm starting to get the sniffles a little bit. But they were enjoyed last night. Why did that truck get a signal to turn? That lady don't care. Oh well, we'll just wait for the light. Copley Lotus's lovely color on the trees. Well, you should have seen earlier in the stream when I was walking along Rosedale Valley Road. It's enough waiting for these signals. But it's the rookie sensation tonight. Where's the dude we shelled pretty good last time? Springer probably not in the lineup, and it's a lefty. But I'd really like to see Lucas and Barger just be automatic starts and guys who never get pulled out of the game. They've just been playing too good and they're too valuable to do that. I'm not John Schneider. I don't have that itchy trigger finger. This is Carlton Street. Jarvis coming up. After that is Church, and that's where you'll find Maple Leaf Gardens. Jollykin says, is there another game tonight? 2 games in Toronto, 1 day off. 3 games in LA, 1 day off. 2 in Toronto, game 7 if necessary. I predicted the Jays would win in 7. And they fixed the road where Action Kid broke his leg. He didn't break his leg. But he certainly got injured. I think they fixed that pothole. Not sure if Ken or Lizzo, someone went back there. Here, let's cross back to the south side. This is Jarvis Street. a ambulance. It's quite a ways down. See everyone get by. I think that ambulance driver picked her nose going through the intersection. And I guess we all got to do it at some point. The Golden Diner family restaurant. This place has been here forever. This is Mutual Street, which means there's a very interesting establishment. It's the Oasis Aqua Lounge. Some interesting things go on in there, or so I've been told. I think there used to be a bar where that Scotiabank is that was quite popular. It's always good to lose a popular bar and restaurant and have it replaced by a bank. There's the Old Girl, Maple Leaf Gardens. There's still a hockey rink in there. But the capacity is quite reduced. TMU University plays there. My friend's kid, I think he's only like 9 years old. Their league plays in there, which is weird. I think that's where the Professional Women's Hockey League plays as well in Toronto. Heading north up Church there will take you into the village. Supermarket in there, an LCBO, some clothing store, or a Joe Fresh clothing store, and University ice rink. Mika says the bar was called Zippers. You'll overhear a lot of Jays talk. It's a very common thing right now in the city. Everyone's a buzz. We finally have a team that made it to a finals that isn't collapsing. Sorry, Leafs. You missed the Golden Griddle. Yeah, I'm a little more sad about the loss to the Golden Griddle in Midtown, up at Yonge and Eglinton. But both were late night spots to grab some delicious chocolate chip pancakes. When I was a kid growing up, there was a Golden Griddle on Southbound Road right next to a Swiss chalet we'd sometimes go to for breakfast. There goes a 506 Carlton streetcar. Yeah, we walked by the Carlton Cinemas earlier. There's an entrance to the station. Greetings, Greg. Yonge and Carlton, while College just over on the other side. I don't know if this is remnants from that all-nighter, from that 18th inning game or what, but I gotta be honest with myself, I am not feeling all that great. Kind of tired, kind of feel a bit of a cold going on. So I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. I've also been kind of slow at getting content out. I'm gonna have to gear up for the weekend. I've only got one video in the bank right now, but I want to apologize for the lack of streams lately, but thank you guys for tuning into this one. I want to thank everyone who sent support. You guys are awesome. Our mods, Patreon supporters, channel members, and everyone. That's me. Hello. I might I might stream the game tonight. I don't really know. If I do, it'll be over on the Johnny Stumbles channel, so head over there and hang out. If you want to watch the game together, first lessons feel better. Thank you. I was hoping to go for about 2.5 hours, but we're gonna have to cut this one a little short. But thank you so much, guys. Vivian Johnson, Flick Hunter, Jollykins, Medano, Marge, Baby Grinch, and Drew Costin. Everyone else, thank you so much. Thank you, Mark D. Happy belated birthday as well. Greg and Johnny B. Go Jays. If they win tonight, well, we're sitting pretty. And if they lose tonight, well, we've got 2 at home. I know who I'm rooting for. Thank you so much, guys. Yoink.